Another fire we're watching this morning in California, not just three fires, and not just one, rather, we're watching three. This is a real fire crisis that is producing more heartbreak for the community of Thousand Oaks. The scene just yesterday of what we were covering, the bar shooting, the mass shooting early yesterday. Now, wildfires racing through Thousand Oaks. This began yesterday afternoon, and they've destroyed homes and prompted mandatory evacuations in Thousand Oaks and in other parts of Ventura County on the outskirts of Los Angeles. Other wildfires have caused similar devastation in Northern Carolina. And we're taking a look at, this is the camera, this is the perspective. You can see the firefighters themselves as they try to get these under control. I think that's a reporter there. We won't listen into their live broadcast. Obviously, the morning shows in Los Angeles are following this so closely. But you see how they are trying to stop the advance of these flames, which have whipped up in just a matter of hours, have already destroyed and damaged literally thousands of structures. And John Northcott, let's look at these pictures together. What are you tracking most in California right now?
Yeah, as you say, Heather, it is the speed of this that has been incredible. In some cases, we're talking a matter of minutes before these become fully engulfed, and then people try to leave their homes. Yesterday, terrifying stories on the freeways of people trying to get out of these communities, and described it as a tunnel of fire and smoke along the freeways. We're talking people with trailers, people with children, people with pets, and then literally having to flee their vehicles. This as power lines explode and fall onto the freeway. The community that so many people are focusing on is Paradise. Now, that is in the Sacramento Valley, just northeast of the capital of California, Sacramento, and 27,000 people live there. Many of them evacuated, but we're talking about, according to officials, thousands of structures. It is, of course, still dark there. We're still about an hour away from sunrise in California. So we'll get a full extent of the devastation then, potentially, though, because we understand these fires are moving towards other larger communities nearby. Those are communities that people have escaped from Paradise to get to. But the toll in terms of properties, we're talking about homes, supermarkets, businesses, restaurants, even retirement homes, those with mobility problems, very difficult to get them out. They have been moved. There are many others, though, elderly, disabled, people living in their own homes who've tried to contact relatives, and many of them, their fates at this point are unknown. Again, it is the speed of that, everyone caught off guard to the point where people are anxious to get away and in many cases leave everything behind and are still getting stuck, as they say, on the freeway trying to leave.
I mean, these are just harrowing first-person accounts that we're getting this morning, John. So leaving that fire, that's called the Camp Fire, which is really euphemistic if you ask me. And let's go to the Woolsey Fire, which is affecting Ventura County. And as I mentioned, Thousand Oaks. I mean, you cannot imagine the heartbreak already because of the shooting and now the fire at its doorstep.
Exactly. This is a community that not only affected by that tragic shooting yesterday, but a community around, this is Ventura County, Thousand Oaks. As you head north from Los Angeles, you'll go through Oxnard, and then you'll hit this area as well on your way to Santa Barbara. They have been hit. Again, the rapid progress of it, it jumped the 101 freeway. And as anyone is familiar with the drive up the California coast, the 101 is a huge freeway. It literally jumped that in a matter of seconds, growing at a pace of some 40 football fields every 30 seconds. Imagine trying to outrun that. Let's listen to a firefighter describe the situation.
This fire is wind-driven, erratic fire behavior. Our goal is to get people out from this fire. We're rescuing people out of their house. We're getting them moved away, and when we can engage and it's safe, we do. It's an emotional thing. It's you're asking people to leave their home. It's a mandatory evacuation. What that means is you don't have to leave. We want you to leave, but people know that they can't get back in once they do leave.
People familiar with that part of California will understand that this is significantly inland. Having jumped the 101 freeway, it's then headed to Pacific Coast Highway. That's Highway 1. Officials expect in many locations it will, in fact, hit the ocean. One other aspect to this area, Ventura, the town of Ventura itself, much of this was hit during last year's wildfires as well. Heather?
Thanks, John.